Right, guys, a very quick one. Today, just like some of you have had the updates of the currency pairs of uh, Naira with Bitcoin and BNB and BUSD and Binance trading pairs. Of course, we have been telling a lot of people about cryptocurrency for a very long time in Nigeria, in Africa, and the world over. But fine, you need to know one thing for sure, that we still at the infant stage of cryptocurrency. There is no doubt about that. And we expected a lot of turbulence and issues, complications and hate speeches, talking down, especially misconceptions about the whole concept. Because not cryptocurrency, of course, is not, if not of recent now, we're hearing about how the Oxford dictionary are trying to now explain, adding up, in the English dictionary, talk about what definition of a Satoshi. There's the smallest unit of Bitcoin. Of recent, we are watching it. But what we do, I personally, like myself, I'm Felix, which is team lead of Plan B Express. We always trying to see how to make things happen and not watching things happen. Being the system. This is the era of 4IR, the fourth industrial revolutions. Just like now, recently we are telling people, it might like a play, but we're telling people just like started a project in Plan B Express called Project 10 Bitcoin to 100 Bitcoin in 12 months. That's 1 calendar year. We don't want to know what's the price of Bitcoin. And what our concern is that how many Bitcoin are we going to accumulate? In fact, the better it comes down, the faster it is for us. But the more price Bitcoin comes down, the more other little coins can rise as fast as possible. Some don't know. Some think as Bitcoin is going up, other coin is vice versa. But the more Bitcoin drop, the more farming we're able to do, if you understand what we mean by farming, or if you have been trading cryptocurrency. Don't be fooled by so many funny guys outside there promising you're going to pay you this percentage. One of the funniest things is that if you exchange your Bitcoin for fiat on the name of percentage, well, I think you need deliverance. And that's what we're doing. You have to be jealous about your Bitcoin. Now, fantastically, I just want to put us through, for some of us who are still new into this exchange. So I'm going to log into Binance right now and see how you can do some peering. Of course, it's a recent, update on Binance, how you do peering of Binance Nigerian currency, that's Nigerian Naira, to Binance. Okay, that's fantastic. So we are looking at making use of Binance coin, converting Naira to Bitcoin and converting Bitcoin to Naira straight away in your trading exchange back office. And that's fantastic. Many don't know. Many are still looking at this cryptocurrency safe. I don't even know what they're talking about. And some of us who are there, we are so crazy about the whole thing. We are so passionate about the whole thing. And so I'm going to share with you now. So let's go and look at Binance. For some of us who have been trading, it's a good news for you. And some of you who have not started learning how to trade, well, maybe it's another good news for you to know that we are really gradually going mainstream and really gradually going use cases, peering and all of that. Of course, you know what it means. And maybe some of you who are still finding it difficult to understand cryptocurrency, maybe you need to read about how a lot of people are clamoring about Forex today. I hope you know Forex has started in 1875 for long years. I'm sure when they talked about trading Forex, it would look so funny. And even when they say, okay, the Internet of Things, let's launch into the foreign exchange trading on the Internet. It looks funny. And I'm sure the first major brokers who started about trading Forex online, it will sound funny. And many of you are looking at, I have crude oil, but some people who trade your crude oil, who trade gold on the Internet, are making more money than you that hold the gold and the crude oil. And so that's what we still having now. If you read much about Binance Exchange, Binance launched in 2017. There have been a lot of exchange platform before Binance, but Binance launched in 2017, and you can see the lead Binance actually taking now. Yeah, I'm not telling you that at Binance, I'm not advertising Binance to you, but just to tell you the industry we belong is still at the infant stage. So the earlier you come in, the better for you. And definitely what we do is educating people how to train upon this system, how to take advantage of this system, And many people don't know that where we are going is so large. So it's better you are, small part of a very big thing than you are big part of a very small thing. And learn how to be major in major rather than to be minor or major or minor. So a lot of people don't know. And so let's go. Some of you are so clamoring about your Naira. And of course, you need training. That's what we do in Plan B Express. Our office always open for people to come and learn. But unfortunately, not much person want to learn. They want to see, hey, how much are you going to pay me if I drop 1,000 Naira today? I hope I'm going to earn 2,000 Naira tomorrow. Unfortunately, it's not so. But you can decide how many percentage you want to earn by yourself. Okay? So let me go straight away now. How do I go about, now BNB is added. You can see, look at the news here. BNB added saying, Binance list NGNG, that is Nigerian, Naira, offers zero fee promo for deposit. So if I click now, you can read more news about it. You can see the information. Okay, Binance list NGNG Naira offer zero free for deposit and all of that 6 hours ago, and then you can see some of the information. So following Binance here, fellow Binance has opened a deposit for the Nigerian Naira through Flutterwave. This is a company in Nigeria who's like an intermediary kind of partnership. We have also added trading pairs of BUSD, NGNG, BNB, and BTC to the stablecoin market USDC as of October 24. And then users can now start depositing NGNG using it to buy BSV, Bitcoin and all of that. So enjoy zero fees on NGNG deposits to celebrate the first fiat currency listing on Binance. All newly registered users who deposit NGNG to Binance through Flutterwave will enjoy zero fee for deposit up to 36,000 Naira. Okay, I think if you deposit up to 36,000 Naira, it's free. But I'm sure if you deposit less than that, I'm not sure it's free. And you have to pay a certain percentage to not to Binance, but to the intermediary. So Binance has committed a total of $10,000 USD worth of $10,000 worth of NGNG to give to our newly registered users worldwide. Reward will be distributed on the following day based on the first come, first serve, manner. NGNG is the legal tender for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Fantastic. NGNG is the currency code, not the digital currency code. Okay. NGNG deposit fee, okay, as set at 1.4%. 1.4%. The maximum deposit amount per transaction is 430,000 Naira, while the minimum deposit, amount per transaction is 150 Naira. Reward will be distributed the day after you made your deposit before 7 a.m. UTC. You can check the price by going distributions, all of our sector. The exchange rate between NGNG and USD and NG will be based on the intermediate exchange rate. Risk warning: cryptocurrency trading is a subject to, of course, just telling you of all of this things. I think for me, it's a fantastic thing, not even just because of Nigeria, but to tell you how we are going. But funny enough, we've been telling a lot of people about cryptocurrency, saying, no, this thing you are talking about is a bullshit. Talk all about things. And so let's go. I'm going to take you on the right now and how to go about, depositing on your GNG. Okay, so you log in. If you open a Binance account, if you're already operating a Binance account, you can see the news there, Naira. Now you click on your wallet and click on deposit. I want to deposit now and to use, I've done that before now, but I just want people to learn in as fast as possible on how to deposit, of course. So it's already listed as part of in the wallet. Okay, so I don't even need to go through too much. And of course, but if I have not deposited Naira, you wouldn't see it on the list here. Okay, so you wouldn't see it on the list here. So you might have to go through deposit first. And then when you click on deposit, and then it's going to prompt up this way. And when it popped up this way, you have to click to search. You see the coin, and then you type NGNG. That's a fiat deposit. Then I click on fiat deposit. Okay, so as I type NGNG, it shows that. But please take note, you cannot deposit if you have not verified your account. So try and verify your account. So I have option of either using card or bank transfer, but I'm going to use my card right away. So I want to deposit in about 10,000 Naira, for instance. I want to deposit about 10,000 Naira. Okay, so I want to type how much I want to deposit. 10,000 naira is what I want to deposit, for instance. 10,000 naira to be deposited. Okay, 10,000 naira. So this 10,000 naira I want to deposit, what I'm going to be charged about 140 naira. So if I'm depositing 100,000 naira, I think I'm going to be charged about 1,400. Remember, they say 1.4%. So if I'm depositing 440,000, for instance, 430,000, as they say, that's the maximum. 430,000. Okay, 430,000. So I'm going to be charged about 6,000 naira. The guys about 1.4%. So that's what you are charged. Okay, so I want to type in, I want to deposit 10,000 naira. So let's go. This is 10,000 naira deposit, NGNG, and then I click on what? Deposit. So I'm using card. So let's wait for it and see how it's being done. And waiting for it to bring out the options for me to type in the required information for the deposit to be done. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, I tell a lot of people that you need, the best thing for you to do in this era now is to learn the new learning. You just need to learn the new learning. Don't wait until when it's happening everywhere. You just have to be the part of the happenings. You know, you tell people this opportunity is so fantastic, but people don't want to learn. You know, it's so unfortunate. Now, if you talk about Ponzi scheme now, people jump at it as fast as possible. But at some time, you know, I don't know, it's so crazy, you know, why people don't want to learn, they don't want to listen. You're telling them, hey, take advantage of this opportunity. They tell you, hey, I hope I'm going to make times 10 of it within the first 1 week or 1 month. I think I'm having a network challenge here. Let's see how it goes. It's doing a network, something. Okay, let's just go. Let's go. Okay, it's coming up. Fantastic. 10,000 naira to be deposited. So I put in my card number. Okay, I'm putting in my card number. Sorry, please, I have to unshare this at this point with my card number, so that we don't have the story that taught the heart. So after I put in my card number, I'm going to put it up here. Okay, let's go ahead. You want to have my card number? Fine, if you're on your own. I don't even keep money unnecessarily in my bank account. So now, so go here, put your card number, all right, and then put in the expiration date, the date of expiry of the card, and then there's a number. That's the main thing that is very important. Be careful, don't reveal that your number to people. So then 10,000 naira to be paid in. I click on pay. Okay. We don't charge this card, please use it. Amount is required. 10,000 naira, not required. How? This is just a moment. I just made a transaction not long now. So okay, so let's go. Okay. I think it's network or something, but I just did the payment, you know, just not long, and then it was successful. Where I put in my number, and then the whole thing was successful. The transaction was successful. So I wonder why it's having this. Okay, because the transaction was successful. The last one I did, and so all you need basically, as you put the card and put the number, it'll take you to where you now have to receive a token, a soft token. Then after you receive the soft token, then you are able to, okay, after you receive a soft token, you are able to continue your transaction. You can see The one that was successful, can hear, but here is pending. I don't know why the network is giving me that problem, and why I couldn't continue the transaction. So this had already been initiated, and but I don't know why the network. So this was successful. If you come here to go to deposit history, don't click on crypto. You see fiat beside, and you see NGNG, the one that was successful. I think after now, I'll try it. For the sake of this video, is why I'll just open it for you. Now, haven't finished doing that. Having finished doing that, you go back to your Binance, click on exchange, all right? Click on exchange. After clicking on exchange, you click on advance. Okay, you place your cursor on exchange. You know, for some of us who have been trading, because you know what to do when you want to trade. And then you see the BTC/USDT. At this point, you click on BTC/USDT. Now, you want to go to Naira. You click on all, look at all here. And then you can see NGNG. So NGNG paired with Bitcoin and paired with Binance, BNB. So one BNB now is 6,052 Naira. While Bitcoin, one Bitcoin now is 2,698 Naira, 117, Naira. So I click on BTC. So for instance, if I want to buy BTC with my money, and then I just quickly come, and then you can see I have this money here. What is the BTC now? A BTC 2 point something. Look at the Naira, and within the shortest time, the last price I checked on the currency pair trading of BNB or BTC on Naira was just about 1 million, 1 point something million. Now it's about 3.8 million. Okay, so I go here, I type, I want to buy, I just hope they can give me the minimum of that. So I want to buy BTC, the volume of BTC with 1,000 Naira. So I click on what? Buy. So I click buy, send submitted, with blah, 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 So I'm waiting, to see, okay, the order is picked already. I think so. Yeah, it's already picked already. Now look at it. Look at my history. BTC, BNB, so it's already picked. They bought for me already filled. Okay, look at the history. They bought for me at this rate. Okay, so it's already filled. So I bought my Bitcoin already now with Naira. So it's there. So let's say I said anytime this money I bought when Bitcoin is about 3.2 million, 3.2 million, sell that Bitcoin I've just bought now. This is 3.2 million. Okay, sell this Bitcoin. So he's saying when Bitcoin go back to 3.2 million, sell that my money. So it's going to give me 1,264 instead of 900 and something. So I click on sell. Okay, can you see? It's very simple. So for some of you who are still like, how does it happen? So you can trade your currency right now on Binance. You can trade your currency right now on Binance. So ladies and gentlemen, it's so simple, it's so fantastic. I love this. This is a latest, this is a good news for some of you who are still finding it difficult to understand where are we going to in this business. As this is business of the 21st century. Sit down at home, home-based business, take advantage of the internet, the 4IR, the Internet of Things, and then blockchain technology, cryptocurrency is so fantastic. So I take this opportunity to remind you guys that we've started the project on 10 Bitcoin to 100 Bitcoin in 12 months. So you can set your own, target. And then, but majorly, we have 4 things we have set our target on: trading, that's personal trading, listing of coins, as you can see, EDC coin, listing of coins, and staking of coins. Then MLM, building a network. If you understand the power of leverage, you would definitely want to build MLM. Let me read this to you guys. This is EDC. I'm reading something say, we invite Asian users to join our progressive community on the Youku social network. Subscribe to our channel to keep abreast of the latest news from both EDC blockchain and Echo project, as well as to keep updated of the release of our high-tech product. Youku is the largest Chinese video hosting service that has been operating since 2006. By some indicators, Youku is superior to its eminent rival YouTube. This social platform is most popular among Chinese and South Korean audience. From our news videos on YouTube, you will learn how our company's digital products help residents in 57 countries create their own digital asset for business development, find new customers, as well as receive daily bonuses on their wallet through the leasing program. EDC blockchain continues to gain a new audience due to the availability and convenience of its services. Along with this, you will always be up to date with the latest news of the independent, self-sufficient ecosystem. This is fantastic, guys. So a lot of things are happening. You can see things are happening now. So there is no point waiting. Just join us to make it happen. Waiting can lead to a lot of wasting. So don't waste too much of your energy, your time, and your opportunity. So just take advantage of the whole thing, and it's fantastic. You can see the total leads in some of my community is about 2.9 million EDC have been leased in this community, about 2.9 EDC. And if you look at this account, EDC have two mains. EDC have both passive and active. One of my accounts, only on the active, that's activities on the team, and all of that have earned over 40,000 EDC within 3, 4, 5 months. 40,000 EDC within 4, 5 months. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. And this is to just bring to us for us to know what's happening in the system. The market is fantastic. Don't bother about the price of Bitcoin going down in dollar. All you need is to continue farming as much as possible. So thank you very much, guys. Have a nice time, again and again.